Hello, my friends. It is day 318, and we're reading Matthew chapter 28 and also Mark chapter 16. But before we get into our recap today, I want to thank you for taking a moment to check out this video. Hopefully, you're enjoying the yearly Bible reading program and you're getting a lot out of the community. If you have not yet accepted the invitation, please check out www.selflesschurch.org. We are preparing for 2026, and we want to make sure you know about all the things we'll be doing in the upcoming year to assist anybody who is looking to read the entire Bible. So have great things prepared, and we want you to be a part of it. So today we reached another milestone. We finished 2 of the 4 Gospels, and this reading through the Gospels this year has been very, very encouraging to me because it helps me put into frame the things that we have read for the majority of this year. When you think about the Gospels, it has been, I'll speak for myself, it has been my habit years and years ago before I really started reading the Bible to segment the Old Testament away from the New Testament. But when you read the Gospels, after spending so much time in the Old Testament, you realize that the story is just a continuation. The Gospels are just a continuation of Israel's story. And so at this point, as we reach the end of 2 of these gospel writings, we see that it all comes to an end, if you will, with the resurrection of Jesus Christ. Not saying that the story is over, but the height of the story, the climax of the story is the resurrection itself. And so when we look at all that has happened over the last few days, the death of Jesus Christ, the burial, the crucifixion, the trial, we see that the victory has been won over the enemies of God. The powers of the world have been overcome by the resurrection of Jesus Christ. And that's the point that each one of these gospel narratives are trying to convey. That when the power, catch this is important, that when the power of evilness tried to overcome Jesus, it failed through the resurrection. When the government and all of its forces and all of its collaborative efforts with other segments, such as the Pharisees and the leaders of the temple, tried to conspire and overcome the righteousness of God, the Holy Son of God, he overcame them by rising the 3rd day. Now, we see this happen, and because this has happened, there's now a responsibility to the followers of Jesus to go tell everybody what just happened. Now think about this for a moment. Think as if you're living in a world where your master has been brutally martyred. When I say brutal, I mean like he's been crucified, he's been publicly shamed, he has been cast down as a criminal. And he's been telling you all the time that you're going to see this all happen, and don't worry, because when it happens, he's going to rise the 3rd day, and he's going to give you power to continue the work that he's been doing. Imagine those 3 days spent not knowing what's going on, not knowing what has happened, and then discovering that he is risen from the grave. Well, he comes to you and tells you, now, listen, everything I've told you, now you get it. Go and do what I've told you to do. I've given you the authority to do it. This is why I love Matthew 28, verse 18. And we can kind of compare this to Mark chapter 16, verse 15, where Jesus then commissions them and tells them to go and make disciples, go into the world and teach them what I have taught you. It's now your moment. And the whole idea of baptizing, the whole idea of disciple making is wrapped around the fact that I have empowered you through my resurrection. You are my spokesman. Go into the world and tell people about what just happened. Now, here's the thing that's important about that. The whole purpose of the apostolic ministry, as we see it in the text, is to go spread the news that Jesus is alive. That's it. It has nothing else to do with, how we have framed it in our modern world of having some sort of experience or even ethics as we consider it in the recent movements of the 20th and 21st centuries. It has singularly everything to do with telling the world that the Messiah that was killed, that gave his life, is no longer in that grave. He is alive through us. He's alive through us. So when we think about this and then we understand what happened, it puts into frame what our purpose is as believers. We have one single responsibility, and it is to remind the world over and over and over again that Jesus is alive. What does that look like? Well, we'll see as we read through the book of Acts that there are many things that accompany this message, but at the end of the day, it's all about that one single responsibility, spreading across the world that Jesus is alive. He's alive. How do we know it? Well, look at what's happening among us. Look at what's happening among the believers. People are coming into faith. People are being healed. People are being transformed by this message. But it goes back to the very message that Jesus is alive. This is all happening because he is alive. So we're going to read some things in the book of Acts, but we have two more gospels to finish up. And we'll look through what Luke and what John have to say about this monumental event. But let's not undermine what just happened. It is incredibly important. It's just as important as the Exodus from Egypt was to Old Covenant Israel. So we want to pay attention, and we want that to be our banner and our flag as Christians and followers of Jesus Christ. So let me know what you think about what we read. What does this all mean to you? I would love for you to share it in the comment box below. But let's keep reading. Let's keep finishing up what we've started. We have a little bit more to go before we're all done with the entire Bible. And I'd love to see you at the finish line. Until then, take care. God bless. And remember, live by the word.